afternoon. Seeds of death. Sleep? Absolutely. If you do not sleep, the fish within the own mind will never be able to trap the thought. The thought is lost within us. You see, the spirit is smart, but if you take all the elements away from spirit being able to communicate, then spirit is still smart, but you ain't helping it. Spirit needs a pair of legs. It needs your mouth, okay? It needs your head in order to survive. Otherwise, spirit can go home and you'll be a Mongol staying at home. Birds in the sky, birds and the bees. Was it about what was up in the sky? Last year the power went out. I said it's going to be up in the sky. Something under the ground. But what about bird droppings? Bringing in a new disease. Call him the seagulls. Call it the seagulls. Seahawks within the air. Bird droppings from a higher level to a lower level where nobody is actually, the immune system is not ready for it. The droppings of a bird, what do they look like? What do they do on the ground? Do they grow weeds on the ground when a bird shits? Because it eats and it just keeps reseeding. A bird eats and reseeds. Receding hairline. You saw last night in the Superbowl they had the bulls, right? First they had the cows and then they had the bulls. But nobody saw the cows because the cows came out in a very, very special way during the Super Bowl. In Canada, they came out as a white ghost. Why? Because the guy, he had a white mustache. He drank milk, and he had a white mustache. And he was walking around helping everybody. He looked like a big mahoon, but he was actually helping everybody. Bird droppings, Shom FM, 97.7. The pigs are on the fly. The communication is definitely connected. Why? Because PIG is 977, Bell is under the ground, and they fly like rats. It's the information in the air. It's the cloud world. You ain't touching any of it. It's bird droppings. What comes out of the sky, what falls to the ground, what one hears. Nobody's ever seen, because it's wireless. It's 5 TV. Bell, B11. Well, everybody knows the one reason for the B, right? How many ways do you want to put the B, right? There's so many ways we're going to put the B. Like that. It's like the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, that's a B and an E. I made a mistake. Two sides of the arc. Is that the M? I told you, just count right down to my pen and stop. Well, if I look to your pen and stop, okay, if I was sideways, it would be an E. If I was upside down, it would be a W. But for me, it's just an M, okay? Did you cover the screen? I want to know, when I was ready to sneeze, did you cover the screen? Wind it back, put your wife there and tell her to cover the screen when he blows his nose. So the hawks that came from the sky weren't talking about Pegasus. I didn't hear Peyton Manning say anything. This is what Peyton Manning was the week before, okay? You want to see what Peyton Manning was the week before? This is Peyton Manning the week before. Omaha! And yesterday I was going, caw, 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 caw. I guess all the birds were on one side. Slightly one-sided from the get-go. Yeah, I know some of you's won and some of you's lost. But for me, in fact, it takes away all my energy because I get, oh my God, they're going to score. Oh yeah, it's going to be good. I'm just looking for the good stuff. So for me, Omaha. Omaha, when you have Omaha, you got 2 extra cards, right? You got 2 extra cards and you can exchange cards in Omaha. You get to use 2 cards out of 4 in your hand. So you go 1 with the other 3. Then you go 2 with the other 3. That's it. And you go 2 with the other 1, excuse me, because whether it's A, B, or B, A, when you have 2 cards in your hand, it doesn't matter which one you look at first. They're going to only go in the order once you open your hand, and then when you matter. Fumble. Oh, that I heard. Pick it up. That I heard. And if you noticed in the game, Did you notice at the beginning of the game, and I think I rarely ever heard it during the game, but while I'm telling you, I don't hear Peyton Manning? They absolutely said during the game, hey, listen to the catch. Listen to what he had to say after the catch. We mic'd them up. Why didn't they mic up? Because they didn't want him to hear what he said? Why didn't they mic up Manning? Why didn't they mic up everybody? Bird droppings, Show FM, the stars, the rats. Why? Because the same word says rat, as the same word says star. Now we're going to go to the beginning of what I was thinking, okay, and see what I have to say since the early morning. Now we're going to go here, and we're going to start off on page 1. This was done the day before the Super Bowl, okay. I thought the score was going to be 41. Well, not this 41, but, okay. Where am I going to start? The Einstein method as the batch. Different batches. Albert Huxley, different batches of eggs, different DNA, but we're all the same DNA. We're all basically the same. It's just the receptors within our heart. The difference for different kinds of blood is because inside the blood, the air and the water, inside the blood and the air, that's where your reception comes in, communication of the fibrillator that reads matrix by actually going like this. Hello, everybody. Did y'all hear my voice? Same sound as the one you're listening to, right? You heard me say 5. 5 looks like this, right? Okay, now we're all on the same page. So the vibration through the heart, through the pumping of my thinking and the exalting of my voice, you hear what I think I'm saying is what I say is what you hear. If we speak the same language, other than that, what you hear you don't understand, but you still hear the same vibration as everybody else. 22, 44, 66, 88. This is the gateway. This is what I showed you before the game. I put 28 over here because we don't run at 22. 22, okay, it's 22 and 28. 22, 5, and 8. Okay, I just wanted to get rid of that very quickly. So what I brought with, I'm going to take a look. Did I see any of this? Yes, this is what I wanted to get to, this 22. I mentioned that at halftime. What was the score at halftime? It was 22-0 on the 22nd, on the 33rd day of the year, 22-11. On the scoring of 2-3-3. 7-7, 2-3-3-7, 3-6-7-8-7-7, 2-3-3-7-7, 2-3-7, 7 times 3, 7 times 2 was 42, plus 7 and 3 and 2, which is 12. 12, we're going to do it again, 2 times what? 7, 3, 3, wow. 2, 3, 3. Forget about the score. That's not what I wanted to get anyways. 4, 4, 4. Okay, now don't forget, if this was on a triangle, if this was a prism, does it have 4 sides? It's in a square. It's got to be 4 in 4 different kinds of worlds. 4 and 9, 4 and 3, 4 and 6, 4 and 7. I'm just adding this on, because these 3 have to come together. 7 by 4 makes the 28 days. We know this goes together. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals O-N-E. Oh, say, can you say something like that? Okay? Do you remember the cereal you ate this morning? Well, now it's biological serial killer. Serial number. Quaker Oats, biological. Down and off the sofa, out of the rafters, down a little bit more, and the down coat from the feathers of the doves. The doves, the feather, the soft feathers that they always sell, the soft of the feather. Why did I say that? Because your communication and your fibrillator may be in your heart. The feathers, the fibrillators. It also says swa, which means 60 or soft at the same time. The heart beats, takes care of the blood. Some of the words, God is dead, first song I woke up to this morning. Or it's just DEA. Or it's Dade County, Florida. 7154. 71 is also part of the AG connection. I don't know what it means, but American Pie is the next song that came on. Was it Reading Railroad? Was it the Dread? Was it the Dr. Dre? Or was it Dre, A.M. Dre, which is dream? Was he red? Did he read? Was it the red blood, that red within the heart defibrillator that was able to take two to tango, because only one is all alone, he's with nobody, he's doing nothing, he doesn't have to go anywhere because the communication is cut off. The minute it's you and the communication, now you're starting to tango within the beat. 3 times 5 minutes equals 15 minutes. 4 times 15 minutes in an hour of 60 minutes. In 6 hours, there's 24 periods of 15 minutes. In 12 hours, there's 48 periods of 15 minutes. In 12 hours, there's 720 minutes. Everyone is an expression of what's going on. Is it possible that after 6 hours, we have made the 24 periods, which equals to our day? How much does it take to equal our day? Well, if we're working on a triangle with the fourth area flat to the point, 1, 2, 3 sides and a flat part at the bottom, you have 4 flats, but only 3 are facing each other, halfway and halfway. So that makes 3 times part 8 into a day. 3 times part 8 into a day. 1.5 times 8 is 12 hours. You get it 4 times in a day, 1.5 times. Excuse me, 1.5, and then in the morning is 1, 1.5 in the afternoon, but it's 3 times the 8 to make the 24. 1.5 times 8 each time is what you're missing to make the 12. Takes 2 to tango. So what I want to also say here is how many days are there in one day? Just in the relation of the thought. I was talking before about the E. Well, look, here's the A. Oh no, wait a second. That's the C. That's the D. What's this? It's divided by. You have to push this right here into the center. We're going to show our digital first. It's the D-linked. So what's on this side? A new way to play was my dream. A new when? New York City, New Jersey, New Mexico. Which way to play? Which way to lay? Are we laying a bet? To place a bet and to lay a bet to get a loser out of a winner. By laying a bet, making the American dream turn to gold by the doctor of the rem of the land, of the whole Lee land. Now what would the Lee be? Would be the bedway that they pour us on. Forget about this. There was a commercial. I was talking about the cows and I didn't finish with it. Thank God I remembered. They didn't put a limousine cow. Okay, not that I saw. All I saw is because the guy was drinking the white milk. It was all about the white milk. Made a video that was talking about the limousine cattle because of the 4 titties and the 2 cuds they chew. You ever eat cow tongue? It's pretty cool, eh? But you know what's funny about it? When I eat it, I always used to tell my grandmother or my grandfather, I said, I don't want the tongue with the eyes on it. Not thinking of seeing eyes, but if you really take a look at the tongue, you can see there's tentacles that are at the back of the tongue that bring it all together so it can adjust to taste, like mechanics. It was like a wiring system. Seattle Seahawks, Pharaoh Snakes, 48. SNS, 38. 38 plus the connection in the center, 43. Seattle, 57 moon, 19 moon equals 86. C, 19 and 6. We have a connection between these two. 111, the divider between the twin towers. Okay? What is this? This is the name and the number. The name and the number. Hawks, 43. 19 equals 62. C, 19, Hawks. 43 and 19, 62 for the queen. They did it for the queen. 111, top of the twin towers. Just like in the twin tower time. So she... What does she does? What does she do? So she's so good. Is that the song I also heard today? So she's so good. That song, and now we're going to so she. Is she so beautiful? Seashells. She sells seashells by the seashore. Is that the video I did 1 week ago? That's all I did throughout the whole video, 45 minutes. All I kept repeating is seashells by the seashore. And that's because I got 2 comments this week from a girl I rarely get. I think she's a girl, but it's Shelly. And it's very rare that she ever says anything. And she called. She came calling and now woke up my brain through a whole video and also see the truth. So between those two, that's all I was seeing was Seahawks and see the truth. Is it the dream of the land? Is it the realm? Is it the dream? Is it because we're still sleeping? So I spoke about the milk and the milk mustache. Now we're going to get on to Seattle numbers, 86, and 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to their 86. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals to 10 and 7, J and G. 8, 5, 7, 8. 8 by 7 is 56, times a half is 28, standing for man. Why a half? Well, because multiplied by 1.5 or just cutting in half, it's the same thing. Shows the same numbers. The Jesus cross, nails, needles, Arizona. Arizona iced tea, 99 cents. Arizona somehow keeps reminding me of one thing. Do you want me to know what Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, for some reason, what they're reminding me of? Upside down spirit connectors, somehow through the constellations, directly into Jupiter. Why do you think it's like that out there? Why do you think Arizona's hot? Because Jupiter straight connect, spirit connect, must come through there, must come through Las Vegas. Everybody gets married because Jupiter runs their spirit in through Lake Mead. It only makes more and more sense now. Does it not? Does it? Think about it. I'm asking you. I'm asking you to think. How about it? You want to think? Think about it. Choose your own, what you want to think. I ain't going to tell you what to think. I make a suggestion within my video of what I'm going to think about and ask you to think about it. But I don't tell you what to think about, so you can be thinking about anything when I say think about it. And I know you want to think. If you don't think, let me tell you one thing. I think you look stupid. So everybody's actually always thinking. Otherwise, you'd never be able to go to the bathroom. You'd never know when. You wouldn't be thinking. Should we light up the road? But the lights were on, the lights were out, but still, down in New York, something happened. But it might not happen in New York because the wiring into the station, don't forget, you bring it in, let's say through Arizona, and you run it already to New York. I mean, what is it, 2,000 miles? What's the difference? 2,000. We're talking millions of miles to do things, okay? And now you're talking 2,000 miles from Arizona to New York or something. So, like, it's nothing. Underneath the ground, it's like saying 1,000 miles. Now you go up, and you go 1,000 miles. Now you go up, and you go 1,000 miles again. And you know what happens? You've reached Eastern Canada time zone, Nova Scotia. It's now 1:49 in the afternoon. Oh, hello everybody. Change your watches. You've reached Montreal. It's now 2:49 in the afternoon. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, you have to adjust your watch. We have reached Chicago. It's now 1:49 in the afternoon. I made a mistake. Eastern Canada was 3:49 in the afternoon. Zup! Oh, is that what it is just before Arizona? We're in New Mexico, but watch out for the mountains in New Mexico, and they only run the quarter horses in New Mexico. Why? Because of the area they're in, the air. Don't forget the horses, the horsepower. It's the water system. Don't forget, Denver got shut down yesterday, maybe because of the air. Because of the air? Could it be the horses couldn't fly? Pegasus wasn't there. How could Pegasus be there when she's in Colorado? Whoa! We're in New Mexico. Take off 2 hours. It's now 10 to 1. Oh! Hold on a second. It's the Waffle House. It's just outside of Arizona at the Waffle House. Holy crap. It's 2:50 where I am, but it's 10 to 12. Ready for lunchtime in Arizona because we drove up to the different part of this world. Why? Because under the ground, there's this big wave like this, and they got us sort of like, they have to go mañana tango, because while everything turns, some elements will turn with it. Because there'll be in-house elements, this long, this will turn inside this house, but when there's a one going all the way to the end, they only can turn this way. Otherwise, they'll tangle up. The tango. Well, I didn't hear that. Hold on a second. If I was to go to the next Denver game, let's say Denver, I got a ticket to yesterday's game, and we're going backwards in time, right? And I already really know what happened in the game, but there's a chance that I can make the difference. I'd have to walk in with one of these, and the security is going to say, I don't know if I can let you in. And I say, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. How do you want me to hear Peyton Manning? What'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? I didn't hear him all night. You remember I told you, I said to you, I'm asking you to think, but I didn't tell you, but I suggested I only made the option noted and valued inside the video I made? There's going to be some sad people there. I never thought it would really be the players. Did you see Peyton Manning's face before the game even started? Look at the players' faces. Yesterday's game before it started, and look at their faces from weeks before. Or look and base it and average off of everybody's face. It wasn't a happy crowd. There was something put into them. Somehow. They were all screwed up yesterday. I don't like to say it. What'd you say, Peyton? What'd you say, Peyton? Peyton! Peyton! Pay attention! Pay attention! Pay 10, man 9. No, wait a second. Why pay 10 in man 9? Because you have to light one up. Oh, you do? The guy who lights it up is the guy who has the ball. He should have been in there in a sec. Light 10 up. Lightning bolts. No wonder Pegasus couldn't come. The lightning bolts would have taken her down from the sky, and the seagulls were much smaller so they can fly in the sky. Say what? What page are we on over here? Here's from the start. Seattle, 16-3. 16-3 equals 19. 16 minus 3 equals 13. 32 backdoor. Okay? 32 backdoor. 15-4. 19-11. 30 backdoor. 30 to 32. 30 becomes 36 equals 9. 32 equals 5. 5 and 9. E and I. E-I-E-I-O. If I continue their letters multiplying, we end up with 9922. The multiplying and dividing all the numbers. Why? Because 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. This is their season record. You might have the SIM card, personal computer, the SIM card, AFC. The CAF. It's the carrier. The CAF is the carrier or the communicator. It's the brain. Okay, because you need a brain. You hook up the brain to a wire. You put the brain in position. You hook it up to another wire, and it goes in and it goes out, and it goes in and it goes out, and it goes in and it goes out. But it's only the brain that can read. The wires don't read. They transport. The others are readers. Focal points. We come over here to Delvin, Denver. Oh no. Was it Seagulls? Seattle Seahawks. Seagull. Superbowl teaser. Why is it teaser? Because it's EAT, eat. It's EAS for Seattle, TT. Here's your T. How about a little T? But if you put a TASEE, it's a teaser. So it's either a betting ticket or it's that electronic miter to taser you. Seizures, celebration, and Super Bowl. All tell me they're going to get caught in the pounds. The pounds must be the big city. We always use big city names. Yeah, where you're from. Well, I'm from Bo Peep. Well, where the hell is Bo Peep? Well, that's in New York. Well, why did you say New York? You know what? I'll tell you I'm from L'Assomption. You're going to go, what? Where's L'Assomption? 24:24 on the clock. Hey, man, L'Assomption is near Le Chute. Well, where's Le Chute? Near Terrebonne. Well, where's Terrebonne? Is it on the other side of Blainville? Near St. Therese, but a crossing from St. Eustache. And wait a second, it's near Boisbriand. Highway 640, Highway 15. If I didn't know where you were from, I'd say you're down in France on Highway 15 getting ready to take your girlfriend out. Seizures, Seattle. during the celebration and the Pro Bowl. Between the celebration and the Pro Bowl. Those are the two places next to watch. The bronze horse. LeBron's horse. They took LeBron from one place, moved him to another place. Now they can say bronze again. Bronze again. Z. Ones, twos, threes, fours, fives. Every time you talk plural, you talk Z or you talk S. Denver, the bronze horse. No, it's the shoe of gold. Denver, bronze cows. This is their record. What does it say here? It says Pacific Sochi. I don't know what that means, but this says Pacific. It's in the numbers of the games they won this year. 19 and 11. The other team is 19 and 13. LK or MAC. When you look over here, okay, it's K. The other one is M. It's MK. It's Montreal Kosher. So what's kosher? It means maybe we got everything down. We did the Grammy Awards. We had the Super Bowl. We exploded some stuff underneath that restaurant for whatever it was to light up the sky. We had Bruno Mars. So what's next? Everything seems normal, doesn't it? Paul Revere. What did Paul Revere do? Because this is the next point. When you say Denver, it means towards. It also says green. Green means get up and go. Okay? Get up and go is Paul Revere. Something to do about getting on a horse. That's now going to be mentioned. Okay? Somehow they're going to be mentioning this. So Chicago to the Pacific. I don't know what it means. S-K. I don't know what it means. Maybe it's part of Skittles. S-K-A. Ska. S-K-A-S. Scuzz. Scud missiles. Scud missiles. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is C. C and D go together. D-O-A. Sochi. Scud missiles. The day of what? This says 2 because it means of the. This is 1, 5, and 0, which is 15, which is 6. Do you understand what I'm saying here? How these numbers go together, what they say, I don't know, but this says DOA. And another thing, I'm going to mention this out of anywhere. My son went to his bagel shop where he used to work. Very good employee. 2 weeks already, his boss keeps telling him, come back next week for your pay. My accountant's on vacation, and his wife is the accountant standing right next to him. Anyways, the only reason I said that is because I wanted to give him a jolt. Yeah, good bagels, right on. Everybody quits. Anyways, you know what? I said it because I said it. When I get mad, that's how I get mad. That's it. I was mad for 30 seconds, now it's gone. Frustrated for 3 minutes, mad for 30 seconds. That's about it. I got 24 more hours to smile. Seattle. 8, 14 is 22. 36, the minute they got 36, they got 8. 80, 140, 86, 146, 148, 76. This is how the scoring goes for Denver yesterday. Seattle doesn't change. 8, 9, 9, 7. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, 1 times 4, 1 plus 4. This is 1776. The reason they get this 8, isn't it amazing? 8, 14 points, 8 and 5. This is the communication, or this is the matrix number right here. When they get these points over here, 8 and 5. 6, 6, 8, 8, 6, 8, 6. This is the monopoly money that you get out of the game. They end up with 43 and 30 points. They end up with 43 and 26 points. What did I do? All zeros equal 6. That's what I did. And then I brought this down to the last factor. Otherwise, I would have went 8, 5, 5, 7. And that's amazing, 8, 5, 5, 7, because it's 55. It's the 55 we spoke about before the game. 7 times 6 is 42. And 13 is 55. This team is 69. This team is 73. 73 plus 6, zeros get 6, 79, 63 and 16, 4 by 4 and 4 plus 4, the coming of the Phoenix. The Phoenix is Nibiru, because their point is 73. But when I further it, when one of the men, when you have to give a name. You give a name to, no name, 73. With the name of a person, give it 6 more, 79. Broncos, 4326 in the dog pound of Barack Obama. Exact same numbers are on the 1 key. Right here, 54 is the sun. The sun is inside his egg. He's an egghead. He's caught within inside his own head. 9 times 7 is 63. 3 worlds is 6, 6, and 6 of the one spirit light, the Seahawks. Another thing I wanted to mention was, did anybody see the same street during the game? They showed Sesame Street. See same street, Grover Cleveland. And they scored Grover Cleveland's number, 22. The horse was scored at 26, and the difference of score at one time was 36 points and 28 points. 28 points was for man. So even though we have all these names and we have all these numbers, one other thing, 22 points at halftime. 22, 2 and 2 equals 4 and 4. 0 gives them 54, and they ended with 54. 0 equals 5, 4, 26, 5, 18. The gold inside of 0 is having nothing and entrapping you, because when you think there's 0, it's an empty space. There's no such thing as 0. Everything has a coordinate, and the coordinate is there for a reason. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. What did I forget to say? Oh yeah. Sometimes I don't get time to, sometimes I forget. I watch a video, I don't say anything, and it jumps to the next video, and I'll listen to 2, 3 in a row of whoever it is, MB or Eminem. I'm really behind on your stuff. Jen, I'm not so bad with you. See the Truth, and Phoenix Suns, basically, if you want to look at it that way. And yeah, there's some stuff in here I said I don't really like, but you know, it is what it is. I made the mistake, and I shouldn't have said something. But I get life is just another hole in the donut, right? Right? A place to put your thumb. If the hole wasn't there, you couldn't put your thumb, but you can chomp your teeth into it. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. See you at the Pro Bowl. But please, please, I ask all of you, especially if you're from Seattle, please, please, you can go to the parade, but if you see there's too many people, back off. Let there be room, and lots of room. And if you do go, please take your phone. Make sure you've got tons of battery on your phone, and everybody start filming. It must be a film festival. Please make it into a film festival. Thank you for watching 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. What'd he say? What'd he say? Light 10, man 9, man 9, light 10. It seems like Woodrow Wilson was doing it all, right? Is that his name? Woodrow Wilson? The horseshoe fell off the horse. Thank you for watching this video.